Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, host from Propagandacaster, the one and only master propaganda hero, defender of the fatherland. Off it to a 2v2 on Crossing in the Woods, the 2v2 version. In the north, it is Royal Engineers VonMant and the most heartless of Jaegers, HeartlessJ. Here with the German army forming up with the Hermann Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision. We got Italian combined arms with Bersaglieri out of VonMant, HeartlessJ remains a bit more coy. In the south it is Symbiosis and Skeng, Technica International, we'll just call him Skeng. Fighting here though for Britannia, the Commonwealth, King George. Setting forth with the 7th Armour Division, the Desert Rats, quite out of their desert environment and straight in the woods and the rivers. Tasked with clearing out this German position, no matter the cost. Monty is going to be very cross. Dingoes and sections there for the Brits. We got heavy arm out of Skeng, leaving just Symbiosis and HeartlessJ to make the decisions to jump into something. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast. A big thanks to keep supporting it by commenting and liking as well. Obviously with the YouTube algorithms putting out further. So, 250 after the way they MD42 for HeartlessJ. Maybe finding here by the Eastern Victory Point. Only seen the sappers cutting through the Panzer Pioneer. Now time for both sides. German forces caught in a twist. We got the bike arriving with the Panzer Pioneers have come. Gunned down easily by the sappers. The Dingo around here further collapses from Manteuffel side of the map here like a cheap paper bag. Machine gun wing eastwards here. Grenadiers based to the west here with Pioneers also further west here. Not advancing forwards. In fact, HeartlessJ seems a bit extended here, meaning he can easily be pushed off almost every point, really. And you vote to ram here. Saps to maintain coverage first place. Didn't wire off here. Bit of a slip there. Considering the sandbags aren't close enough to the victory points up to not be used by the enemy. Always something you want to make sure that's the trick. Place the sandbags right next to the point so the opponent can't use the cover against you. Unfortunately here, HeartlessJ just maybe misjudged, I don't know, but allowed the opponent to get in there. Did get pushed off quickly, so may not matter. But yeah, this time you can see that he's laying down the wire. So thumbs up. Again, very important. Wire off that stuff. But why? It's not just for breakfast. You eat that for breakfast. I strongly suggest you see a physician. So, Grenadiers on the way there for HeartlessJ. Season send the machine gun, the Grenadier. Further south, sappers busy with that munitions point. We got another section there for Skeng. 250 halfway, there's the Dingo sappers on the flank as well. More sections for the Brits. There's Bersaglieri, the Italian infantry charge forwards for the Picano bolt action rifles. Letting use whatever they can here. Glennie's been supported by the MD42 here. Section force withdraw, sappers moving in. Looking to block the Germans, but not too far there. German army so far, they're kind of stuck. You can see the Symbiosis being dragged eastward, which does open up western fuel point here for some cheeky harassment there out of HeartlessJ. Dingo knocked out is a definite win there for the Germans. Moves a bit of fit there. And just on time, Skeng goes to the ability to then withdraw the light vehicles. Maybe I can just still withdraw it. It's exploded, sir. The warranty's gone. Oh, they don't know that. It's burning. Oh, you know, it could be the good kind of burning. There's no good kind of burning, sir. It's toast. And the MD42 there for HeartlessJ. Grenades for Skeng. The cut-off on here is going to be a bit of a headache. They need to counterattack immediately. We've lost the sector to the enemy. 250 after they mentioned one Panzer so Manteuffel ops concerned about enemy allied light vehicles. Troops are pressed routed. No bolts yet for Manteuffel. They're planning some Aventus or M1340s. We shall have to see. West side there, Pioneers about to be engaged by the sappers. And mind here towards the cutoff point. Good work there by Symbiosis. Obviously helps make it a bit harder for the enemy to rush the cutoff point.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
MD42 they're defending the field point as British forces move in here. Germans are a bit split up there. And I think from Manteuffel may need some forces to assist here. HeartlessJ. Otherwise, I mean, they're not going to get anything out of the field point anyways. There you go. The second MD42 provides more in-depth defense. Now the second caught by two MD42s. Being met with a hailstorm of lead, the section is forced to withdraw. Another section there for Skeng, bring in more chaps. Symbiosis with a good old Humber armoured car. And HeartlessJ with the Panzergrenadier Company. Thumbs up. No battle group yet, though, out of him or Symbiosis. Both of those. Oh, spoke too soon. We do get Symbiosis with Australian defense. So, probably not going for Australians themselves, but the 2-pounder gun, O Repair, and the Archer, of course, are very much all excellent picks here. Bunker for HeartlessJ. He is now the only player in this match that picked a battle group. Section 740, Andy almost done here for Vermantov, the Maschinengewehr 34. Unfortunately, the section is west side, sappers supported by the Humber. They charge in there, the western lines are breached, torn apart here. Cracking apart like fine porcelain on the cold concrete floor of the British Empire. And a Grenadier score there, Assis annihilated there by the Humber. Further problems here developing for the German army. They get the cut-off on this, slightly messing up the British economy for a while, but not for long. East side there, Skeng charging in there, Sapper section, diving 40, Italian troops holding the line. With the Carcano rifles, grenades off on the 250 half-track, engine blown out. We got smoke here, support blown by the Humber. What is HeartlessJ planning here out of the Panzergrenadier Company, out of Pack 40? And there you go, 2-pounder gun out of Symbiosis. Not much of a surprise there. 2-pounder gun is fairly effective, especially once it gets the veteran's vulnerability. It can even be like a massive pain in the ass for like even heavy armor that the Shapsy provides. Fire support elements of Vermantov, flak filling half-track likely on the horizon. HeartlessJ though, still no battle group. Still no indicator to what he's otherwise planning. Platoon command puts a fun happening for Skeng. Sappers there sneaking up east side, sticking to the edge of the map here, avoiding prying and German eyes. Good play there, thumbs up to Skeng. Got that Humber poking about as well there.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
This is sort of a more mid-war version. I think that's terribly wrong, but actually later into the war, the Humber they actually would develop a version with a 37mm gun there. So, little fun fact there. And in fact, it was quite common for the British to outgun their armoured cars almost no matter the pattern. There's another fun one. Up northeast South still. Thought they had it, but instead they got pushed off. Panzergrenadiers of HeartlessJ. And they got us some event assault gun, actually out of Vermantov. 2 thumbs up. Italian assault gun there. The Italian version of the Stu, if you will. This version would later get an upgraded version with a higher velocity gun. And later on they developed a version that were larger with bigger guns like 105 and the howitzer. Great shot there on the Humber, almost got it. Yeah, 2 thumbs up for Vermantov actually going for some eventers. They're so rare. Got the grenade off here on the sappers pushing away. Germans will also end up operating a large number of some eventers because, well, the Italian front was very much secondary front, so they couldn't really get down a lot of stuff down there, and so, you know, the Germans thus had to rely a lot more on the Italian arms industry to make up for shortcomings from, you know, the Reich itself. And thus they found themselves using the Symbiosis and whatever Italian tanks to get their hands on. That would even apply to units outside of Italy, for example, in the fighting of Budapest, one of the SS cavalry divisions actually fought with Italian tanks as well there. An upgraded version of the M1340, the M42.
A fuel point is being overrun.
I think it was M1542.
Job done. Head home.
So, fun facts there. Oh, we actually got Luftwaffe there for HeartlessJ, thumbs up. He's actually going for the Flak 38 emplacement. I've seen that one a lot, so both Axis players here definitely going for some interesting choices. I'd like to see that.
Point is in enemy hands.
I'm not entirely sure. He's building inside the base? Ah.
Anti-tank crews are on standby for orders.
I feel like there's something I'm missing here. I'm not sure what I'm missing, but I feel like I'm missing something there. Like some, piece of context to explain why it's built inside of this base. Because it's not like their opponents have, like, a lot of aircraft support. The technically heavy armor does a bit. But yeah, bit of an odd one. But at least he's building it, I guess.
SPGs are ready for construction.
So, go figure. Maybe I like to see some function makers, so I definitely recommend them over the pantry personally. And a big secret.
Don't fucking kill him!
We got the cutoff point there. Panzergrenadiers moving in.
Contact with the enemy!
And the Flak 38 was just basically a Flak 30 with a gun shield. They also had this one in, a version that could be moved around a bunch of bogies. Like the Flak 30, so... yeah. Another fun fact is the Flak feeling could also move around the same setup as the Flak 30. Right now, VonMant have been taking a bit of a beating. They could do some more troops. HeartlessJ looking a bit better there. We got the Bishop for Skeng. Not exactly a big surprise there. Go straight from an inbound British section being hit here by the might of the Luftwaffe.
Territory lost. Enemy has our victory points now.
And there you go. Aircraft did get shot down there. Their designate targets is kind of getting shot down here with the Flak 38. I mean, it definitely has some value for the Germans. Thumbs up there to HeartlessJ. Meanwhile, Bishop is right around the corner here for Skeng and number 3 company as they charge right into VonMant Eastern Forces.
A strategic point is being overrun. Commander,
Fire pumping it. Attacked by German forces. British counterattack is swift and ruthless. Bishop has arrived and we got Symbiosis meanwhile attack and a repair. Panzergrenadier is wiped out. Looks to have been the victim of too slow retreat and a mine. A devastating combo. East side there. Bishop with the news on the German position these here. I think just trying to get a bit lucky. And HeartlessJ give risk acceleration another panzer. Well, he does have cheap reinforcements now, so
we have a surplus of command points,
should
Commander.
theoretically be a bit easier to replace the panzer if one is not bleeding as aggressively.
Vehicles shall arrive on the field veteran.
Pack of steel for VonMant rifle. British forces season that we got the flak feeling on the way there for VonMant. Surprisingly late here. This stage, it almost might make more sense for him just to take up, but at the same time it does also mean he gets the flak feeling at a discount courtesy of pack of steel, so who knows.
Victory point lost. The enemy has control.
Pack of steel just feels like such a weird ability. It's not like the Italian armies directly could, like, provide any significant benefits to the German army, except just, make up for the fact they couldn't get enough German equipment down this. It's not like, it'd make anything else cheaper. It's just like, it'd make more sense to, like, replace German stuff with Italian stuff. It kind of neat. Like, your DAK would be replaced by the Italian version, Panzerfees from 1340, and so on. I mean, that could be pretty neat, but... anyways, ambulance them away for VonMant. Allied forces have got squeezing the victory points. Why still starting to build up a lead here? Now that Bishop the Skeng. That section they're getting absolutely torn apart, but infantry could open up for that western fuel point now. Whether or not the HeartlessJ sees that is another option entirely. Panzergrenadier company, thumbs up. Tildes on the way. Holy smokes! That funnel grenade! Set off a mine, taking out not one but 2 sections. That was a hell of a grenade. I'm sure in the Panthers will. My God, Jürgen! Did you pack extra explosives into that? 9? I think we set off a mine too.
The enemy has our victory point now. Bishop artillery carrier and crew on standby.
Got support on HeartlessJ again. Lightly naval efforts, but hopefully also some stoops. Got more designated targets, and again, flak 30 there, hard at work. Using mortar crews instead of like actual flak crews. you know, the troops, I don't know. This is weird to me, they actually use mortar crews to man the flak guns. Matilda on the scene here, foot guards for Symbiosis and the British Empire Germans, so after that glorious final grenade, they're now advancing more aggressively, but that may just be short-lived here as the counter-attack comes in out courtesy of the British Empire and Monty.
Enemy ground forces have claimed
A lot of strafes out of the Germans. Panzerlein Commando only for VonMant. I think HeartlessJ could definitely benefit from Stu, except deal with that Matilda before he goes for Nebelwerfers. Again, that said, this map I think is going to be very good for Nebelwerfers overall, so very cramped, you know. Small, lot of bottleneck areas.
infantry training is underway, Commander.
Very good stuff for Nebelwerfers. Got Fudge Makers there. Indy-42 wiped, didn't go for them, but just went more Panzer Grenadiers. Been a bit disappointed then, but that's just me. And the Indy-42 heroically destroyed by the Matilda crew. Tally-ho, chaps, we just took out an inanimate object. Truly the Empire's finest. And there you go, HeartlessJ with the Stuka 3G. 2 thumbs up, baby. Artillery raining down the Lexus in front of the troops, plus the Symbiosis gunning in the front. West side, the British counterattack smoothly goes in there, puts a stop to German expansion. East side, though, got the VonMant make some approaches as well there. Of course, here VonMant could himself consider Stuka so Fuß as well. You know, some rocket artillery could also be nice here from his side. He could also just try and, you know, move ahead on the tech tree. Go for armed reception, maybe aim for something a bit bigger. Fresh finding for the center, got 403 versus 373. This side there, got flak filling half to lose. 7 events though, getting hammered by mighty British guns.
Victory point belongs to the enemy.
Stug there having charged in. Totally. West side, Grenadiers busy at work this season. That Western victory point, they almost got the front of the British. Courtesy of the Third Reich, and there you go. With the Stuttgart, HeartlessJ boldly goes for that Nebel. And there goes strafe again here from VonMant. Ripping through British forces, Matilda is suffering quite a bit of structural damage. And artillery fire further complicated matters as Skeng sees countless of his infantry section members getting demolished.
The enemy has a tactical advantage over us.
There we go. Germans have the victory point even now against the Allies. Actually, the lines are pretty much equal. Oh, fine, kaput. Lost another light because of somewhere. We got a sugar source here for VonMant. On the west side, fresh counterattack here with no significant German build-up to actually like even remotely try and hold down. Some men going in for the Matilda, doing a lot of damage. The 2 partner guns are a massive issue for some event assault gun. And it goes up in flames.
Present and accounted for, sir.
Coming up through the center there. Punch the routed, got Reiki section there blasting away the Scopely Enfields, snapping anything they can get their hands on. Sights on, I suppose, is more accurate. There we go, Stukas of us. I don't think the Nebel jet's far. Okay, there we go. Spoke too soon, and Nebel flying away there. Honestly, they just used the Nebel crew there, like man, flag guns. Section, the sap was charging in there, Stuke there in a bit of an awkward spot, good crunching around in point blank blast, but it's not going to be too ideal at the moment. British forced advance, there you go, air reconnaissance, once from at designated targets, or designated time than anything else is flag 38, and the flag 38 flag fielding, guns it down. nice anti-air coverage there, courtesy of the German right.
We've got enemy fire! Orders here!
Stu glazing forwards, got another Luftwaffe HeartlessJ. I think 2 at the moment. Could be a bit of an old commitment.
Anti-tank weapon
And you can probably, I think, wants to go for Armour. You know, Stu can push forwards and cover
Light
that.
vehicles are receiving training, Commander.
I mean, trying to out-artillery the Brits, I find, is always a bit of a tall order.
Command points should be allotted, Commander.
Artillery's pushing northwards here. Nice shot there from the Symbiosis.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Actually, surprised they called in another one, but no, like, build up more than one. Cut upon again being hit. Once more, British supply lines are imperiled. The cruel hand of the Third Reich.
Overrun.
The German supply situation is not exactly looking all clear and skittles either.
Victory point
More
lost.
foot guards for
The
Symbiosis,
enemy
not
has
slowing
control.
down Skeng though.
We're
Who knows
losing
what
a
Skeng
victory
is planning
point to
here.
enemy action.
So far, he does not appear to be planning any tanks.
Victory point under enemy control.
Mantov, I mean, I don't think we're seeing armor reserves out of him. No.
We have the edge, gentlemen. Push the advantage.
Sender falling against sappers, supporting a foot guard's push here. Pioneers getting to position. Stug moving eastwards here. Just Matilda's running forwards. Stug and some momentum working hand in hand. Start British steamroller assault here.
Enemy ground forces are
Mixed
playing
success so
their
far. Some momentum already heavily damaged. Troop planning and running covering fire here from the Matildas. Easily able to keep pace with them. Nice shot from the Stug. And there you go. Stug at the first lands a good hit here. Need a barrage here around the centre, I think. There we go. Punch get effective with the sappers west side as well. Germans are making a bit more headway here. HeartlessJ picked up doing the Alice bit there. Thumbs up. Centre, staunch defender, but the east has fallen to the hands of the British Empire. Symbiosis is moving on to bigger things. The Matildas is moving on to Grants. 2 thumbs up. Huns are going to squad on white. We got a third one in front of HeartlessJ still. Utterly refusing to go for the Noble Fallschirmjägers. Again, I personally argue are overall more efficient than the Panzer Grenadiers. I mean, sure, they're not as durable, but I do think they compensate for that, just actually being able to do consistent damage and having Panzerfausts. So, anyways, fresh column there to VonMant. He's going mechanized now, maybe planning recovery stuff. Martyrs could also be a likely bet here, but who knows? We also got Skeng finally taking out. It's pretty rare to see like a DAK player actually like backtick to the mechanized company once they got the other 2 up there, so that is also a bit noteworthy there. Not necessarily bad, just saying.
Report just in.
It's really,
Our
really
victory
rare
point is being overrun.
to someone do it like that. I can't remember when was the last time someone did something like that specifically. I mean, not saying going forth through building, like just going for the Panzer commander and then eventually backtaking is super rare. Between 11 and 85, Alice really taking the Germans again here. They got the Nemo barrages, trying to do some work, but got the 2 pounding guns, which is definitely not bad. HeartlessJ now going for the
Command
Luftwaffe
points
company.
need to be assigned. We're
And it's
losing a
got the
victory
Loiter
point.
as well. Curious choices there from some of the players. Maybe he's planning Mars himself, maybe it's a
Enemy has our
Bivalent.
victory point now.
Not entirely sure
The beggars are threatening
what
a victory point.
HeartlessJ's logic is for this. And there, Gomentil's keeping up, catching in the Pack 40 from the bad spot. No armored support here ready from either Axis player.
The enemy have
And the Pack's about to be destroyed here by Symbiosis Steamroller there. Luftwaffe takes a smashing hit from me. Do get Martyrs here for HeartlessJ. Pioneers gone. Mars rather for Manta. Both Axis players going for each of them version of the Martyr fleet. Definitely a bit of an interesting pick there.
belongs to the enemy.
Now the designated target. Loiter's called in. Still got that Flak 30 crew there hard at work. Panzerdirt is wiped. Another slap across the face of HeartlessJ.
Mayday! Mayday! We're losing a fuel point to enemy action.
More a bit far here, trying I think to take out the bishops with it, which is definitely ambitious. Very ambitious.
Sector overrun.
I'm just whipping in there. Automatic fire unleashed there. Got the foot guards closing in.
Ready over plates, ready to go.
And there you go, Matilda's just doing absolutely crazy amounts of damage. So there you go, another Panthers from down here. Obviously, if it wouldn't matter, they'd been far shooting because in fact, they probably would have died faster. But all the way, they've been toast. Got the foot guards through there, go one heroic ace machine through there, hawks those
We've lost the sector
foot
to the
guards
enemy.
and sends them packing. And HeartlessJ with another Martyr 3 in there. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of anti-infantry now, but
Territory sector
he's really
lost,
going hard on those
Commander.
Martyrs. I think that's a response to the Matilda 2s there under Symbiosis. He's finally going for an M3 grunt, so thumbs up. There's for Skeng. Who knows what he's skenging about there. For Montaku, I mean, still not really much else except he's also going for double Martyrs. I mean, that's definitely a move.
This is getting
Maybe a
unfriendly.
total of 4 Martyr 3s of varying models. Maybe really only the H model of model, which is sort of like a cross between the Model M and the early model. Basically, this bit there is sort of more positioned like where it is here. If that makes sense. That is the gun and sort of the substructure housed in.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
311 and 42. Now the Grant here for Symbiosis down to withdraw his Matildas. Thumbs up, so there you go. Grant Eaton tank on the move. 311, 242. Regardless of events getting hammered here, battered by British firepower. Alternate by feels like similarly from Montauk things are committing versus Armour here.
Engines toast!
Aircraft continue to get shot down here by that Flak 38 crew. Thumbs up. That has definitely been a pretty solid investment, I think, there for HeartlessJ. I mean, thumbs up for that. British assault these site continuity. German lines are cracking and splitting. Slowly collapsing under unrelenting British firepower.
Commander, RAF Recce is in your airspace.
And we got actual functioning airdrop now here for HeartlessJ. 2 thumbs up. A bit late to the party, but I suppose better late than never. Morgan look like trying to take out those 2 primary guns. So much rocketry. 2 Panzers been marched while engaging the Grant tanks here. Guns are blazing, fields of fire there, 2 Panzers through there. Some are surviving it all. Marder kaput. Italian troops bring in. And we also got the other set of Marters bring in. Panzer Blades bring in. Fudge makes remaining around the cut-off point. Possible for God. Almost got the second round here. Need to clear out that 2 Panzer gun if possible. Got the blow there to Symbiosis. Almost got it. More Grants on the fight here. Sappers going down. Grant gone. Absolute brutality there. British forces sneaking in on the flank here.
Victory point.
And quickly about destroying this gun. Could also grab the bazooka there if someone wants it. Logan, you'll pick up the American bazooka 9. You'll pick it up.
Command points available.
He might get Pushy's other ones. Gonna have the Grant down the way. Almost done, but Symbiosis is really taking a massive beating there.
Has been made available to serve.
Black Prince there being brought up here by Skeng. Symbiosis could go for the Archer here. Don't know if he will. Could. You got a second momentum there out of VonMant. 2 thumbs up. I mean, anyone who's willing to go for like double Italian stew gets a thumbs up, and 2 in fact from me. 2 thumbs up there. It's been a while since we've seen anyone go for like double cementers like that, especially 2v2. I might in fact be the first guys in 2v2 from on the vid channel here going for that. So the Allies got some good control here.
The Black Prince heavy tank is on the field.
There you go. Skeng in the British Armored Unicorn, the Black Prince, the tank that Raiders only made like 2 prototypes of, but none of them actually saw combat. And like say something like the Super Pershing, which actually did see combat. Like towards the very end of the war. Some men knocked out, look quite racing into that. Trying to see up the west side, by the way, and they're quite lightly defended. So they're committing everything into these in one go. Second, some momentum also in some pretty deep past the swords there. There you go. Skeng and Symbiosis then unleashing an armored steamroller push here. Will the Germans be ready for this? Will they be prepared?
Victory point is in enemy hands.
It's an excellent question. Nice shot from the side armor, and the west side is straight on the machine gun as the Volkswagen charge forwards on their own. But the Luftwaffe there saving the Luftwaffe.
We're losing a victory point.
Sender forwards to the German Reich. But the situation is a tough one here for the Germans. They need to think launch a more aggressive attack here. Needs it harder. They also need to hit smart instead of just charging right at the British front line where like every gun is going to be almost positively pointed. Like what I'm seeing here. There you go, vicious blastings. Black Prince on the move, catching the German on the flank here. West side bit more movement, we got no immediate response here from HeartlessJ. Listeners, giving some of his own base. Black Prince was the double martyrs here. Early model, please. 1 martyr kaput, 6 martyr guns ground joining in here. VonMant very much on his own here is not ideal. We got another Volkswagen squad inbound here for HeartlessJ. 2 thumbs up, Black Prince 6 on the way for VonMant as the martyr and the Cementer puts on a great fight, but got one of the grants. Only one to go. Final piece put down. Black 38 gains 53. Martyr 3 down as well, leaving just the Ace Doog.
The beggars are threatening a strategic point.
On the west side, the Volkswagens will come by sheer British numbers. In the centre, pencil charging into the enemy for 2, backing up the Recce section.
Damnation. The sectors
Looks like whatever window of opportunity the German army might have had in this area has very much been forcibly closed right at the nose. Knows there might still be hope here, but even the loss of Symbiosis suffered. The Allies are just crushing the Germans right now. The Germans just as a ground across almost every point here.
This is how it's done. The enemy is down to 100 points.
Got the Flak 36 being pushed closer and closer.
Tank crew training completed.
Armour training there for Skeng as well.
Infantry has us ranged!
Another British pilot being sentenced to death as the Flak 38 crew remains very much in action.
The enemy is down to only 75 points. Victory point under enemy control.
And down again. Another British aircraft absolutely turned into scrap.
We're losing a victory
German
point.
members is 61.
We're losing a
Hunter Peony rushing forwards.
lost. The enemy has control.
Got that back on the run. The center got deeper fly down. We got more sappers here for Symbiosis and the British Empire.
Ready to go.
Got the section sneaking about. And HeartlessJ drops in another Volkswagen squad. I mean, thumbs up, and at this point it almost feels a bit too late here. Russian fit in the centre again is once more not really proving particularly conducive for HeartlessJ his chance of seizing that centre victory point. Another Marder 3 on the way there from VonMant.
Invaders are threatening a victory point.
German forces the edges, spreading out thinly, making it easy for the British counter to deal them out. And good lord, they're so pushed off here. Centaur's forces with Corby got more rocket fire here than need weapons. Once more trying to make an impact alongside the Strickers of First. On the west side, seems to just be called not once more the name of the crown. This does not look great for the Germans. It's not. 35, 32 get a trip cap here from the Allies against the Axis. Another strafe around here, courtesy of VonMant. This time though, Arta whiffed. 20 points left. 17, 14, 11, 8.
The Bosch are breaking. Only 10 points left.
2. There go GG, game over. Victory for the Empire. Loss for the Reich here. A brutal back and forth battle. But in the end, the British pulled through. I feel like the Germans have had something interesting on, but tactically they needed to be, I think, a lot less blunt. They need to be a bit smarter on the flanks, and I think, you know, a little less artillery. At least not something that could at least maybe bring in some mortars to deploy smoke, and that way support some of their attacks. But I digress. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. This is Imperial News. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.